goodness. Da 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 da. What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes to get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never popped into one of my lives before, I'm Cindy. Hi. I explore the inside and the outside. And I knew I had to come in and do my live a little bit earlier today because I think I'm going to be hard at work after I get home from working hard at work. I've been trying to get a video edited today. I had all my content all the way I wanted it, all sitting in files ready to go. I went in this morning, finished all my house projects, knowing today was the first day back to work for my holidays, and I wanted to feel good. My house is clean. The laundry is all done. I get to come home today. I got nice, clean bedding. I did so much and was so proud of myself, right? That I said, by noon, I want to be sitting there and I want to be working on my videos. And I came in to start working on my videos, and my program won't recognize any of my video. I know the video itself is good because I've already edited a couple of videos from this film that I took while I was on holidays. So I'm kind of reverse engineering all the steps and all the things that I did that might have impacted why I'm not able to get a video started today. And I do realize that I did accidentally erase the program. Everything seemed to be working okay. So I didn't make a big deal out of it. But out of eliminating the possibilities, that was one of them because it was a camera app that I did, camera app file that I did delete. So I did everything I can. The best thing I could do was go in and reset my laptop to an earlier date. I used to do it all the time on my PC. So I knew how it was done. So I went in there. I got it done. It takes a little while. I had a shower, got ready for work, right? So that I could come in here, have enough time to maybe at least get the video started, or at the very least come in and have a nice, great discussion. Because we are talking this week on the topic of purpose, right? And my purpose was kind of being interrupted today. And what crossed my mind is, how can I go live? How can I do my what's my good cheer and bring that frustration, that frustrating energy to my live show? And I'm saying, Cindy, right? That's what it is. It's just frustrating energy. And yesterday you were talking about failures and how it's about making those mistakes and getting yourself up and brushing your knees off and trying again and just not giving up and keep pushing and finding ways and adapting and conquer. That's part of the purpose, right? You gotta put those reps in. You gotta put the work in, right? And when you're trying new things, when you're expanding in things that you're not an expert in, we talked about failure, right? We talked about the struggles. But working in emotions, right? Working on the inside, I have to take note of that frustration, and I didn't want to bring it in, right? It's my first day back to work. Everything was just going bang, 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 just everything just so perfectly. And then all of a sudden, these hiccups, right? So I went in, took a quick peek at my files and stuff. I haven't tried to go back into editing or anything. Why? Because I had to re-download my Chrome program, right? Yeah. Windows wants me to use Bing, but I am a Google girl, 100%. And, I downloaded it, and in that process, right, I've got 10 more minutes with you today to talk in that purpose, right? So maybe the idea is maybe to have that understanding that when you get frustrated, when you're working on your goals, working on your projects, working at tidying up your house or tidying up your life or getting those things done that you know you have to get done in order to make that movement forward. Some of it, right? You're going to know. It's like waking up in the morning and going to the bathroom and brushing your teeth, right? It's just part of your routine. But then there are other parts that they come in that you don't do all the time, maybe a little bit familiar here and there, but you have to play a little bit. You have to experiment a little bit, right? And you have to pay attention to your emotions, which I was doing. And I just found that I was just getting more and more frustrated by the moment. But at the same time, paying attention to that frustration because it's in that frustration that we can find movement. We can find solutions. We can find that moment where, right, where we give up. I can't do this anymore. This is so frustration, right? This is so frustrating. Forget it, right? On to the next thing. It's going to ruin my whole day. And no, it's not going to ruin my whole day. It's not going to ruin my day in any way because this is the part of the process, right? Learning my editing programs, learning what I'm getting wrong, because I would certainly hate to get well into my project that it's all done and I spend a few days on it because that's at the stage I'm at. I'm not whipping them out in minutes, I'm whipping them out in days, right? So, in that frustration, right, you just might carry away and find a back door and get it done. And then, oh, it's done. Oh, thank goodness. Right? Right? So proud of yourself. And then you go to upload the video and they say, file not recognized. And you're back at square one, right? You're back at square one. So I'd much rather make these mistakes and then kind of look around in my files, do a little bit of Googling, going into my settings, looking at the help in my editing program, and see if I can figure this out for myself, right? Tried a few things. I'm here, right? So we didn't blow up the laptop in the process, right? So I can be proud of myself because I made a big change. I went back a couple of weeks on my computer and right we went back there just to see if we could just put it back and then that file that I accidentally dumped would come back. But it's okay because you know what, in this process of working towards my purpose, right, we're going to be doing it in social media, right? Because how do I get my word out there? How can I be seen? How can I be heard? Unless I am on these platforms. Unless I am learning these platforms. Unless I'm partnering and trusting that these platforms are going to take care of me, right? If I just don't give up, if I just keep looking for solutions and looking for answers and getting a problem and working on it and figuring it out. And then next lesson comes along and you work it out and it fails and you're on it again. And right, it's just that constant learning. And learning can be difficult. It can be frustrating. And not only that, that frustration can carry on into that next moment where your child walks in the door and says, Mommy, can you help me with my homework? Right? Or Daddy, my bike broke and I need some help with my bike. And in that frustration, right? And this was something that in my household when I grew up, right? We let our stresses and we let our frustrations come to the surface and it interfered with what we were doing or what we were supposed to be doing or in those beautiful relationships that we should have been nurturing. But because we're so stressed and we're so, hello, exactly. A little test. That's what it is. And I'm going to come back tonight. I'm going to go in. It's not going to interfere with my day. I did the very best that I could in the time that I had. Proud that I even tried to start working on that video, right? The next one. That would have made 3 videos that I completed in 1 week on top of my daily live show and my weekly live show. So I have to be proud of myself in that effort, right? And it's tied to my purpose because the steps that reverse engineering in that purpose, in your goals, in your dreams, in those ambitions, in those things that you know you have to accomplish for yourself, right? Those things that will make movement in our own lives and possibly movement in the other people's lives, right? That we can do it with some good cheer, understanding, just like Yak said, right? It was just a little test, right? We're going to adapt. We're going to conquer. We're going to take this as a learning process. And I'm going to come back tonight and I'm going to hack away at it. And I might not get it. But if I don't get it, that's okay, right? I'll just erase the entire program and reinstall it and start brand new, right? Because I know more now than when I first installed that program, right? That I've got this amazing computer with all these gigabytes and right memory and GPUs and CPUs. Like I bought it specifically so that I could do this kind of work, that I could put this kind of strain onto my laptop, right? And without everything having to crash on me right away, right? That I could just pick up maybe where I left off, or if I'm afraid to even erase that file, that my computer is, right, good enough that it can stay there, and I'll just start another video or another project, right, at the same time. So today's my first day back to work, you guys. I am so grateful. Number one, to have a job that puts a roof over my head, that allows me to have a safe space that I can do this kind of work, that I could have a paycheck so that I could buy a new laptop, right? That I could buy the small things, the editing program, whatever I need to get started, right? I'm grateful for that opportunity to ground in something different so I can take my mind, right? Because I understand we have to do this in baby steps. If I'm finding this frustrating, right, I need to walk away from the computer for a little bit. But I still had my live show. I still had my live show to do, right? So I showed up. I showed that accountability to myself. And also I took that pressure off myself so that, we know Cindy spiels that, when I come back home tonight from work, that I won't have the live show to do and then jump into this topic again and maybe have an expanded perspective on it and have a 3-hour video and then not have any time because I'm so exhausted and so drained from my day that I don't have any energy to go back and put into what I'm doing. So I'm glad that I showed up, even if it's going to be a short live. This is part of my process, right? The part is in the overcoming of myself, the overcoming of my circumstances, overcoming my experience, right? And overcoming, right, the problems that roll into my life from one moment to the next, and just ride those waves the best that I can, and knowing that, that if I could just not stop, that if I just keep going, if I just adapt and conquer and find another way, eventually I will learn something, right? I will learn something, and I'll be able to be quicker at resolving the issue next time I come in, because I've been at this trying to resolve this one problem, I would say, for 2.5 hours at the very least. And I got myself worked up, had a shower, felt so much better. In the shower, I gave it contemplation. I said, oh my goodness, it's nothing that can't be fixed, right? It's nothing I can't fix. It's just going to take some time. And because I have that audience, right, that loves me and understands I'm doing the best that I can, and they know because I hold myself accountable that I won't make you wait too long, that we'll get this figured out, because I am like a pit bull with a piece of raw meat in my mouth when I'm trying to figure something out. And because I have this goal, right? Because today the purpose is to get a video started, right? So I have to go in, start all over again. If that's the case, that's the case, right? And I'm not going to worry about it. What I'm going to worry about in the moment is going to have a couple of sips of coffee. I'm using my Be Kind cup because I needed to be reminded to be kind to myself. No. Oh, that's good. Good that you noticed, though. No, I had an old pair of glasses. I took the gun tape, Melvin, and I wrapped the gun tape around my handle, right? And this is how it's going to do. At least the glasses will stay on my face. I won't be keep doing this when I'm doing my live shows, because it is going to be a week or two before we can work on those glasses, before I have a new pair of glasses on my face. But again, to say thank you and grateful for the job that I have. It's that job that's going to make it possible to get that pair of glasses, right? So yeah. So, which I should say, you guys, it's not much of a topic on purpose, but it is too, in that idea that you never give up, that you find a way, right? When you get slapped down, you have to pop up like a jack in a box, right? And find another way, adapt and conquer, or, right, just put up with that pain. Just put up that pain. I may be up till 3 o'clock this morning, but I will get some movement done to make me feel that maybe possibly tomorrow I will actually be into my video editing. Okay, you guys, that has to be it today. Thank you so much, Malvin Yak, for coming in. And yes, Yak, thank you so much for reminding me that it is a test. It did cross my mind earlier, but as fast as it crossed my mind, it was gone. And I was back into that frustration, right? So we're going to put it on a shelf for now, knowing that I'm going to pick up right where I left off. But for the moment, that energy, right, is going all into my first day back from work. Grateful for the vacation that I had, right? It was much appreciated and much needed. And I'm ready. I'm ready to get back to work. Okay, you guys, that's my good cheer. And we'll see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.